It was the early 1970s, and color was essentially a brand new medium. I was working in the beginning in isolation. I wasn't aware of Eggleston. I wasn't aware of Stephen Shore and their great work. I think I knew something about Helen Levitt, but by and large, I didn't want to know about anybody else. I was excited by the materials, I was excited by the world, and I felt like I just wanted to explore by myself. And the great puzzle was, are you going to make a picture that's about the color, or are you going to maybe simply ignore the color and look at what's interesting in the world? This is a picture that was a bit of a breakthrough for me because it had both elements, I think. The formal qualities of the picture, the fact that it's a blue, turquoise, 1957 Thunderbird occupying nearly a third or a half of the frame, and then more or less an opposite color, the yellow, and then breaking into that yellow is her turquoise sunglasses. You have this meaning of the picture expressed through the color. And eventually that became the working definition of a good color photograph for me. I felt that in a good or in a successful color photograph, the definition of the picture or the meaning of the picture would somehow arise through the use of color. So I became interested in seeing these sort of natural Albers problems as they occurred in the landscape. And if you take a look at this woman, I mean, of course I'm interested in why is she walking down this dirt road and this sort of prototypically American scene of a large-scale landscape and the loneliness of the individual, the rugged individual in this case who's gone shopping. But I was also interested in how the green and aquamarine of her blouse operates against the yellow of the tall grass, against the gray tan of the building, against the blue of the sky. And that's just such a typical Albers exercise, to take a single band of color and place it against two or three other colors and see how it changes, see how it operates. What I do think is that it was important and it remains important for color photographers to choose their own palette. There were so many Bauhaus theories of color, one every week, but there was one that not exactly, but more or less said that if a work of art could be constructed out of two or three dominant hues of relatively equal density, that might be beautiful. And as I looked at this picture, I realized that the density of the sand on the beach, the color density of the apartment houses, the color density of the sky, were roughly equivalent, and it had a certain kind of harmony to it, more or less like what you see in the paintings of Paul Klee, for example. Oddly enough, this became the working model for American prospects.